Alright, here's my quick tutorial of how to create an eBay listing to benefit the Old Dominion Squadron. So basically the idea behind it is that you create, you go in as a seller yourself, you create a listing as if you're selling it just as yourself, and then you donate the proceeds to the Old Dominion Squadron. So by doing this, eBay will then refund any fees that you would have paid, and all the money goes to the Old Dominion Squadron as if they are selling it. We're just selling it through yourself. This also allows us to create listings or a wider variety of listings, meaning that any person can create it from any account and handle it themselves, and just kind of simplifies the process and keeps it from being, stuck behind one person. So you go to eBay, create your seller account. If you haven't already done so, it's pretty easy to do. Then you click up here on sell. Click there real quick. It'll usually prompt you to sign in after this, but I've already done so. So it didn't ask me. Then here's the tricky part. You got to switch to advanced tool up here in the top right. So click to that. It's going to say, don't do that, but do it anyways. Switch. So you tell it what kind of what you're trying to sell. Some of my favorite things to sell are patches because they're really easy to ship. You can just put them in a regular envelope. So we'll say we're selling a patch of the 1st Air Force. So 1st Air Force patch. Press enter. Get started. Then it'll give you some ideas of what it wants you to do. So and it's actually pretty good at this. So I would go probably with a World War II original period items. It's not really an original period item, but take your pick. We'll just call it military Air Force. That's just as well. Try to be smart about it. More accurate you can be, the better it is for your customers. So subtitle, you can see here it will charge you $1.50 for that. But again, if you sell it, then they refund all that. The only risk you run is if it doesn't sell, you still have to pay for the listing. And that's kind of a risk you're accepting by playing this game. So if you want to give it, give it. If not, don't worry about it. Ours are new. It tells you this little description. Everything we're selling is new. So photos, you can actually just drag and drop your photos, but it's usually simpler just to use the uploader. I don't really have any specific photos for this, so I'm just going to pick a random. We'll use our leg lamp photo and add a couple photos. So what I really like to do with this is make sure you get it from different aspects. It's a good idea to take a picture with something of a common size, like even a ruler, so that people have something to compare it to, know how large the item is, and also like a good resolution picture so they know the quality and condition of what you're selling. A lot of times for patches, I'll just take one picture and list several of them together, so they're not actually seeing a picture of the exact product they're getting, but it's still going to be close enough. So go ahead and upload several photos, click finish. Alright, it says it doesn't like my quality, so I'll pick another photo. Let's see. I think I actually have a picture on my desktop of a patch. Let's use this one. Alright, good. So we've uploaded our picture, or multiple pictures, hopefully. Country of manufacturer, if you know it, most of our stuff is probably going to be made in the USA, United States. And then your description. So I think it's really important to leave stuff so that basically answer questions before they get asked. So we'll say like the size of the patch, like hey, it's a 3-inch diameter patch. Patch made of whatever it's made out of, so we'll say like polyester with iron-on backing, or maybe with Velcro. All right, simple enough. You don't have to go overboard with this. Don't really nuke it. Just make sure. Just try to think of what kind of questions you might get asked, and try to beat them to the punch. Add a theme if you want. I've never really messed with that very much. Visitor counter, if you want to change it, go for it. It doesn't really affect anything. Now here's the kind of fun part. So you have the options of auction or fixed price. Again, the real advantages of these is auction has lower seller fees, but fixed price is obviously a fixed price that you know exactly how much it's going to cost, and or how much you're going to sell it for, and therefore you know what your profit margin. You can kind of fix that profit margin. You can also do research, check out other listings that people have listed of similar or even the same items. You can undersell them or just sell it for a similar price. But I usually like to go with the fixed price for that reason, because I can set the price at a price that I know it's going to sell well for, and I don't have to worry about the extra fees because of the eBay Giving Works benefit. So we'll just say, hey, we're selling this for $6. We did our research. That's what we determined. There's another guy selling the same thing for $6.25. We'll sell it for $6. Try to be smart about it. Best offers. You can mess with that if you want. I never have before. Quantity, we'll say we have 3 of them. And then I like to say, call it 30-day listing. Again, that'll have to do with your listing fees too. If you kind of pop that up, it'll explain to you kind of what you're looking at. Help you make the best decision based off what you're selling and what you can do about it. So we'll go back now. So here's the tricky part, or here's the key to making this eBay Giving Works work. So right after the duration gives you the eBay Giving Works option. So go to the little selection tool to find your nonprofit. Type in the Old Dominion Squadron. Old Dominion will probably be enough. And here it is right there. Click select. And now it'll pop up right here. Just make sure it's selected. And then set your donation percentage to 100%. And then that's kind of some of the keys to the setup. The rest of this will be up to you. So electronic payment method, you can set up your PayPal. Shipping. You make it a flat cost. I usually make mine free shipping and just include the full cost in the price that I list up here. So the $6 would include what it's going to cost me to ship it. Again, that's one of the reasons why I like patches, is you can put in a regular envelope and all it costs you is a stamp. So you kind of tell people what you're doing, just standard shipping. That's probably what I would normally put. Cost is free. Handling time. So based off of you personally, what you can guarantee them handling time in. eBay is really big on reputation. A lot of your reputation is built based off how quickly you ship an item. So I'm usually pretty quick about it. As soon as I know about it, I try to get it out the exact same day. And then excluded shipping locations, I just ignore that part. It doesn't really apply in my case. I do need to change the location because it still thinks that I'm shipping out of Daytona Beach, which I am not. So I'll just put my home and fix it. So it's coming out of Norfolk. That's also a consideration people pay attention to, because then they know how quickly it's going to ship to them once we get it in the mail. And then, so here it tells you too, my fee right now is 30 cents. That's not too bad. And since I'm going to sell it, it won't charge me that anyways. We'll continue. Alright, and here it just gives you a quick review and gives you the options. So you can automatically relist your item if it doesn't sell. Or you can save the listing template. That is one thing I would recommend. So something I used to do too when I did this for the Florida wing is I'd also include in the listing, so if we can even go back to that, just a little blurb about, the organization. So down here I'd put my description, go down a couple, and be like, hey, the Old Dominion Squadron is awesome. Here's what we do, here's our mission statement, and thanks for your support, kind of a thing. I would also kind of include a little insert inside of all my handouts, or inside of all the packages I would send. So I'd throw the patch in, little piece of paper that said, hey, this is what you're supporting, this is what we're working for, and we appreciate it. You're contributing to our greater good. And then you click list. I'm not going to do it since this is kind of a fake listing anyways. But that's it. That's how anybody can list for the Old Dominion Squadron. And we can sell our stuff on eBay. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.